Okay. So so you started to say what you.
Okay, so my name is
So-
Nicholas. I've been around this neighborhood for like all my life. I'm 28 years old. I've been through a lot. I have no record or anything, but I've been through the lowest of low.
Yeah.
Around the lowest of low. I work hard. I love working hard. I've been working since I was 18 years old, construction and everything. So I've been out here, just enjoying life in the world, experiencing it while building it up in a sense.
Yeah.
So what I think when we do depart from this life, I think we transcend.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we get locked in any kind of plane or any kind of dimension or any kind of place, being. I think we, in essence, our materials, our body will become some kind of dust and be used to either just be something small and insignificant, just blowing around in the air or laying on the ground, or possibly being able to be used as nutrients to grow other things, whether it be fungi or anything. Our spirits, whether we're positive or negative, holy or truly, 100%, holier than thou, or just compassionate, compassionate, real human beings who care and fluctuate ideas of like what people are going through and what you could be. I think you transcend to have better vibes and better like just have a better area, or just have a better resonating of like a resting of a kind of resting.
So it sounds like you definitely believe, like, your body, yes, it disintegrates.
Your body will remain in some essence.
But you believe in like a soul.
Believe in a soul or a spirit or something like that. Like just the consciousness of your mind.
Yeah. Do you think you'll be conscious? Like you will be you?
Personally, no. I think all the basicness of our feelings and our thoughts, that's what's going to survive. So the essence of truly who you are will somewhere in the universe, and I think that's what actually gives consciousness life. I think like things are just going to be reformatted. When somebody else comes around, like when evil's replaced and good's replaced, it's just reformatted because that consciousness is just always going to survive in some kind of energy or life.
So your beliefs about that, did it come from a particular religion?
More of just spirituality and just like living and trying to focus and trying to understand things as clear as possible with no biases. I come from a Catholic background. I chose not to make confirmation because my mother, she was financially struggling, and I didn't want her to make, maybe like a $400 decision.
They charge for that, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Would you say you believe in God?
Yeah, I'm in some dire straits right now, but I have some positive outlooks. But I definitely pray to God. I don't put any kind of images or any kind of place holdings of him or her or anything. I think of it more of just like an entity or like something more translucent in a sense, because I believe God wants us to be as free as possible, but to remain as true as possible. Like we're not supposed to just be using our life to just create turmoil. There should be an equal balance and understanding of everything.
So he wants us to be positive.
He wants us to be equal balanced.
Yeah. Do you think God has a personality?
I don't want to think so, because then we would probably put a personality onto him, one of our own, one of ones that we've construed it. So I don't like to think he has a personality.
So if God doesn't have a personality, like a tree, for example.
Right.
I would say doesn't have a personality. Like we can't have a relationship with it.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
So do you think it's possible to have a personality or a relationship with God if God doesn't have a personality?
Yes, because he's conscious. He's a conscious entity. He doesn't have to have a physical form, but he can be conscious in his thoughts and his processes and his meaning and everything. And it doesn't have to fit to his personality, because if it fit to his personality, everything would be, everything would be so constant. But everything is so constant here, but it's not, because everything's changing with climate and environment and everything. Everything's always shifting. The seasons are always shifting and everything. And our seasons are kind of actually drifting and changing and everything. So,
right.
and then we look outside this planet that's in space. Space all around us is constantly different in that aspect. So like, I don't think it's anything really personal.
So change is part of life. Everything's changing.
Oh yeah, everything just gets reformatted.
Yeah.
I don't like to think about like black holes and things getting sucked in, or like the fine ending points of time and stuff like that. Because I would like to think things just keep expanding. It's
Now, when you think of God, do you think God was the creator? Like God made everything?
I would like to think I would give it to the point that where he is now, he's obviously the manufacturer at some point, but where his past comes from, that's way past my intellect and enlightenment and everything.
Well, mine too.
So yeah, and it's like nobody we have gone through the same things. Like religion has only been around for a couple thousands of years and everything. And just like we've been going through, and like actually religion, like organized religion's only been around for a couple thousands of years and stuff like that. So like our thoughts and our processes come from predisposed nature and our own past behaviors and stuff like that. So we gotta if we're gonna change, we gotta get away from our degenerate kind of like it might not be degenerate in a sense, but it's degenerate to us as people, as growing, because if we're going to be like really caught up on I don't know, on small things like drawings or like it's not prominent enough to go back just a few thousand years, but a few thousand years before that we were acting the same, and then we're still to modern day we're still acting the same, somewhere somebody's getting hung up on a crucifix somewhere,
Do you think like so God is this entity that there are true things about God, right? But do you think it's our responsibility to figure those out, or would it be God's responsibility, not responsibility, but would it be up to God to reveal himself to us? So see what I'm saying? Like there's
that gives me
like
goosebumps. He could reveal.
That gave you goosebumps.
Yeah, it gave me goosebumps. He'll reveal what he'll want to reveal for you, whether you're. It's a gift,
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
If you're ready for that blessing, he'll give it to you. Or if you want to be stuck down in damnation, serving people nothing but negativity, that's all you're gonna find.
Yeah.
That's all you're gonna find. You're gonna find the gravity of the situation when it's relevant to you in the matter of time.
Yeah.
That's all it's gonna
You were saying that you liked New Life. Did you know some people that went there? Or?
No, I just think I like modern, proactive, religious. It's just wholesome. And it's just.
I'll tell you, like I don't know, like how. Well, it sounds like you had some exposure to the.
I've gone to the
Catholic
Christian. I've gone to the Christian Center in Chinatown.
Oh, okay.
I've gone to some like.
Well, just to kind of help you understand like how we're different from say a Catholic church or some of the other like churches that are more traditional, is if you think about it, the traditions. So the Bible was written by like many different people because there's many different books.
King James Bible.
Well, yeah, but even
Old Testament.
Yeah, but even like the parts of the Bible, like Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Those were disciples of Jesus, and they wrote it. And then there was Paul who wrote some letters, and just different. So these things were written before traditions really started,
right?
And so before so traditions actually came after the Bible was written, and so we would say as Protestants. And not all Protestants, like a lot of Protestants now have been around for so long that they've developed traditions too.
Yeah.
But in general, the idea of being a Protestant is you're protesting the different traditions that rose up that are not according to the Bible. So a lot of traditions are according to the Bible and they're good, right? But some traditions are like, hey, it doesn't say this in the Bible. Why, if it comes down to following the tradition or following the Bible, what are we going to do? We're going to follow the Bible, not man's traditions.
Amish do the same. The Amish, the Quakers, they do the same.
Yeah. So it's like, let's get back to the Bible before the tradition set in. So like,
because that's man's deviation from religion and teaching.
Yeah.
And like the spirituality of what Matthew, Luke, and John has to say, like it's holier than thou. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it, because that's like me talking to you and you talking to me.
Yeah.
It's coming from no hostility. It's coming from no animosity. It's just coming from purity and genuality that you want to try and help somebody.
Yeah.
It's like giving life to somebody.
So the Bible we view as I mean, this is God's word. Now that doesn't mean you can just like point to any part of it and say, let's do this because this is God's word. Like, for example, it says Judas, after he betrayed Jesus, went out and hung himself. Okay. Now I'm not going to look at that and say, okay, I guess that means I need to also. See what I'm saying? So it's like, it is what it is. It's God's word. It's what he wanted written so that we could understand God better. But that doesn't mean we literally take everything to say this applies to me personally.
I think of Judas a lot, and I think about how it applies to me a lot. I think the betrayal of friends is something that's a constant negative, that's a constant in everybody's life and generation and growing up. Yeah. Friends betray friends all the time, and friends betray friends in a lot of bad ways.
It's very real. Like the Bible is very real.
The lessons that we're taught.
The thing that really,
very brotherly,
as a Christian, what really got my attention about the Bible was realizing that these people in the Bible really were real people who made mistakes.
Yeah.
And
they were definitely
had real emotions.
They were smart enough to learn and write.
Well, some of them were and some weren't, but it's written in the Bible, and we learn from their mistakes or from their successes.
Yeah. There's an abbreviation. I think it's called abbreviation. It's more of like an acronym. It's like the basic instruction before leaving Earth.
Yeah.
For the Bible.
Yeah. And that's good, but it doesn't mean we just turn to it and do exactly what it says. It's like, okay, this is a case of something we shouldn't do because look what happened to that person when they did it, you know?
And then not every, like my mother just got off the phone telling me today, it's like you cannot tell everybody has to learn from their own mistakes. So you can't tell everybody how to do something from A to Z and expect them to do it. Yeah. So like everybody's going to deviate from their own anyway. Yeah.
But I think it's like when I read the Bible, it's like, okay, Lord, help me to learn from this person's mistakes so that I don't have to make them myself.
Right.
So that's
how
always
I grew
a wise.
Up I grew up talking with the alcoholics, drug addicts, the guys who had dysfunctional homes, the guys that were dealing with heartbreak and stuff. I was 5 years old listening to like almost like Jesus, listening to the people that were the beggars.
It's like, do I want that for my life?
Right. No, I've been in some of the dirtiest homes, visiting friends, and I've seen their lives. I've seen who they end up with. I've seen what they end up with. I see how they move forward.
And I'm actually a high school teacher, and I'm kind of the same way.
There you go.
It's like, do I want my kids to turn out that way, or do I,
sometimes when you have kids and you create kids and then you watch them grow and they just go out there and it's just so scary because of what you know and what you've seen and everything, and then you know the exposure to what might come to them, but you know they're not going to fully listen to you and grasp the situation until they experience it themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the scariest aspect of it all. And then some parents, they lose sight of that and they try to grab too much hold and they become way too overbearing, and that pushes their kid further out the door, further out the home.
Now I want to leave you with this because I probably got to get going, but so the Bible presents God as, like it says in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, right? Basically saying we don't have to know who created God because God was already there in the beginning. So God is the ultimate creator. Everything else is the creation. We can't, if something created God, then that would be God. You know what I'm saying? So God was in the beginning. Everything else was created by God. And he the Bible is presented as God revealing himself to man through history. So a lot of it isn't to me personally, but it's how did God work in other people's lives and what can we learn about God from this situation or that one. And so there's like this story all the way through the Bible of God revealing himself to us so that we don't have to figure out God on our own and just be left to our own imagination.
Right.
And so there are some there's a basic storyline to the Bible of
there's some hidden notes.
So like in the very beginning, we go our own way, do our own thing. We're not in a right relationship.
That's the beauty of the gift, That's what I think. I think it's the beauty of life is the gift of all absolute freedom to do as we wish and everything. And I think if God created us to be free, he would want us to even do the worst of everything. And like as we do constantly on a daily basis, the genocides, the famines, just not even the knowledge and the consciousness of people's other suffering, whether it's even close by or around the globe. It's just we have to have it all. I
What
guess,
do you
to
like when you
appreciate
think
it.
about all the bad that's happening in the world? What do you attribute that to?
There's always
You know, like all the horrible
there's always a
things.
king and there's always a leader and there's always a president and there's always a follower.
Yeah.
So like, you know, those commercials you see where children are suffering on TV, there's some president or some leader that probably made it that way.
Yeah.
Those farmers are poor because of some development.
Like everything's related.
Everything is very.
I try to imagine the world like what if everyone really did follow the Ten Commandments, for example? You know, what if
Put her
what if the
down.
world was
I think we need more.
created
Don't
to
pick
work
her up.
the way God originally created it?
I think we need a conscious effort.
Yeah.
I think we need a conscious effort to be able to feel and reflect and constantly think about every single one of those things, because we separate too much. Like my girlfriend, she just asked me, she was like, you think once all the people that have all this stagnated negative thoughts and ideas, once they're gone and we replace them, that we'll get rid of like a lot of this negativity or any kind of thing, you know, disparaging things or racism? I'm like, no, because we always try to separate. We always try to differentiate each other. We always just say who's poor, who's rich, who's got what, who's different. We just try to, it's a thing of survival. And why do we have this? We're just so programmed to survive. Because we're selfish in a sense that we just want to constantly keep living.
Yeah. I mean, even one of the Ten Commandments says you shall not covet, you know, which is like, we always want something more.
Exactly.
We're always greedy.
I see homeless, I give them $1. If I don't smoke anymore, but I would give them my full pack of cigarettes just because I know I don't want it. I don't want to smoke, but they're whatever trials and tribulations they're going through. That's a great gift to give them, even though it's not any good gift to give anybody a pack of smokes and stuff like that.
Right.
I give them bucks. I give them coins. I'll chase a homeless person down while he's getting his cans and try not to make him uncomfortable, to give him $1 because I'm going through struggles too. You know, I'm going through, and if it's not me, I would hope it's somebody else. But a lot of times I don't think there is somebody else out there trying to do.
Do you feel like you understand the basic, say, message of
Oh,
Christianity?
all right.
I guess so. Hey, I want to give you this and let you go. I'm sure you're.
Yeah, we gotta go home.
She fell.